Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today it is exactly 5 weeks since we did the planting of the homegrown bonsai starter kit. So there's 4 different species. If you have been following along, then you probably have some germination going on too. Before we got into that, I just wanted to show you my 4-year-old Delonix, and I pruned it hard around that same time. And as you see, it's coming out nicely. Nice healthy leaves. And that's about the width I like the canopy at full grown. I think it looks in proportion with the pot and the trunk. So just wanted to show you that update. That's coming out nicely. And these little babies, they were pruned around the same time. They're a couple years behind, but they're kicking off leaves nicely too. So all good things. So let's check out the homegrown bonsai starter kit. That's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai.
Hey, baby. Say hi to all your fans.
All right. So Stella's actual first tree that popped up from seed is coincidentally a Delonix regia. So this one is probably what you can expect. I would say it's no more than 8 months old, maybe a little younger. But at 8 months, you start to get a little bit of branching, and the trunk starts to wither off. Sorry about the light. It's coming in strong off that snow. But I just love a nice baby regia. It's just so delicate, cool looking tree. Yeah, so let's get set up. I've got it sorted over here. Our 4 little trays, and I will show you how we've been doing here. All right, so without further ado, we have our 4 little seed cups. If you haven't gotten this set yet, this is what you're looking for. I believe my buddy Scott Winard, jeez, Jared, at Let's Do Bonsai, probably got it on Amazon, but it's a non-GMO seed kit, and it was assembled and packed in the United States. And I think it looked differently, the one in Canada and the one in Europe. So anyways, this is what it looks like. Your 4 seed varieties are the Picea ABs, or Norwegian spruce, a Pinus aristata, or bristlecone pine, a blue jacaranda, or I'm not going to try to pronounce the other way, or a flame tree, or Delonix regia. So those are the 4 seeds you get. You get like 4 to 5 seeds of each. And this is exactly 5 weeks later from planting, okay? So can you guess which are which? Okay, so the front 2 duds. These actually might not be duds, so if you do have the kit and you're getting frustrated, you're past 5 weeks, they might naturally just go with wherever it was summer for them, because I've had Delonix regia and blue jacarandas pop up as much as a year later. So here we have the Delonix, planted 1/26/2022, and here we have the jacarandas. So no action yet, but they are larger seeds. They're more unpredictable from what I've seen. They're tropical seeds. So yeah, no action with those. Here we have, on the right, we have the bristlecone pines, and it looks like we are 4 for 4 on those. 2 are coming up. They still have the seed tops on them. And please resist the urge to pull them off. You will break the branches. You'll say, oh, maybe it'll survive, and it won't. So don't do it. I've made that mistake. Just keep misting it and keep it moist, and that thing will open up and pop it off. It does it in nature. It'll do it for you. Misting, by the way, is a great way to keep these moist after the initial watering. You don't want to water these too much. You don't want them sitting in a puddle. So a really good idea is to mist them, not only just to get the seed tops off, but to keep the top of the soil layer moist, especially when the seeds have not germinated yet. So just that little bit of moisture and some heat is what will kick them off. I have these under a grow light. Not on a seed mat, but that plant room stays anywhere between 60 and 80 degrees. On warmer, really sunny mornings, the sun will really warm that room up. So that's why I didn't need a seed mat. So, and then right here we have a Picea abies. Only one of them. Now you're not going to have to repot at least for 8 months. What you're looking at is basically what you're going to have for a long time with pines, and same with the spruce. They look like, I don't know, like a dandelion, just a little poof lollipop type of deal. Skinny trunk and this one set of pine needles, and then this will eventually go from green to grayish bark, and it'll the second year you may be lucky enough to start getting some slight branching. But these, especially as far as pines go, they are extremely slow growing. If you have white pines or red pines, black pines, they grow 10 times as fast as these bristlecone pines. Now, with the spruce, I have to admit I've done this type of grow kit. This is my third time with these species, and I've never successfully grown a spruce. I have some in my collection, but they're from a nursery and then developed further after that. So I'm excited that one popped up from seed, but I am not going to touch that in any way. I'm actually a little happier that there's only one, so I don't have to worry about repotting it all for a good amount of time. And we'll see if we can't keep one from seed. So you'll notice if you get yours mixed up, you'll notice that the Picea abies, or Norwegian spruce, has a much shorter needle, and the bristlecone pine has that nice long needles. And with each three of my kits, I've gotten the bristlecone pine. So I guess if you had to rate them of easiest to most difficult to grow for me, with 3 kits under my belt, I would say most difficult to germinate is the jacaranda, and the most difficult to keep alive past germination would be the Picea abies. Easiest to germinate, the bristlecone pine, and then easiest to keep alive after the fact is the Dillonyx regia. Those Dillonyx, they're really forgiving once you get an established tree. So it's a great first tree to have, fast growing and beautiful. I have a number of friends, like my broski out in Austria. He's been putting off pruning his. It's good discipline. I really wouldn't repot any of these, and I wouldn't even think about any pruning, at least until your second year. So yeah, so Stella seems like she wants to get outside, get some fresh air. I think that would be great for all of us. So I'm going to get right, y'all. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. I am excited about another grow kit. Thanks again, Scott Winard from Let's Do Bonsai. If you haven't checked him out, please do so. And if you're looking to get into bonsai, really, really great 4 seeds to start with. Gives you a good variety. And I love growing trees from seed. That's been a lot of fun. So from my family to yours, have a great day, y'all. Cheers.